To get started, we'll create a new part document by clicking the new icon. Then under Templates, click Part and OK. This is a new part with a default name, so I'll click Save. Name it Shade and click Save. Note that the file extension of a part is SLDPRT. Other file types, like assemblies and drawings, are discussed in other lessons. I'll click the Sketch Command Manager. This holds sketch-related icons in one place. We want to start a new sketch, so let's click Sketch. The three default planes, front plane, top plane, and right plane, all appear in a 3D type view orientation, called an isometric. Let's select the front plane, and a couple things happen at once. We are now active in a sketch, a 2D world. One way to tell a sketch is active is the message on the bottom of the window. It says Editing Sketch. The other thing is that the view orientation changes, so that the sketch plane is parallel to the screen. This is done to make the sketch easier to build. We'll start by clicking the line icon. Lines are very common sketch entities that form the backbone of many designs. They are linear segments that can be connected end to end. The origin, that red set of coordinate axes, represents the intersection of the three planes, the 0 position. I'll click on the origin, and we'll see a small yellow icon that represents a relation. Relations, automatic and manual, are used to help us guide the shape by limiting geometry, for example, making lines horizontal, vertical, or parallel. This one is a coincident relation, meaning that the endpoint of the line is coincident or tied to the origin position. Relations are critical to shaping the geometry. Move the cursor up. The distance isn't important, but make sure that the small yellow vertical relation is visible. This will keep the line vertical. Now we'll click on the screen to create the line. Let's turn off the line tool the easiest way, by pressing the Escape key. Additional lines are needed, so I'll click Line again. The next line starts at the lower end of the existing line, so let's click on that endpoint, and move the cursor to the right, horizontally, and while the yellow horizontal relation is visible, click to create the line. We want a connecting line, so we'll just keep going. From the connecting end, we'll move the cursor up. We'll see a guideline, in yellow, for making the line vertical, and I'll move away from it. To the left, we want an angled line. Click to place the endpoint, and press Escape again. To close off the sketch, we'll need an arc. There are three types of arcs, but we'll use the tangent arc that is tangent to the connecting geometry. I'll click the arc pull-down. Click the tangent arc option. And click the upper endpoint of the angled line. The arc will be tangent to this line, but I'll also need to click the upper end of the vertical line and press Escape. This closes the contour, and closed contours are shaded by default. We can drag some of the geometry, and we'll see that the center point of the arc needs a relation. I'll select the center point, press Ctrl, and click the vertical line. A series of relation options pop up, and I'll click Coincident. This completes the geometry. Here's where we take a closer look at the geometry. It's all been added, but some of it is black, meaning fully defined, and some is blue, meaning underdefined. The black lines are locked as horizontal or vertical, but the blue endpoints are still free to move and can be dragged. We'd like all the geometry to be fully defined, meaning nothing can be moved, so the next step is to add dimensions. I'll click Smart Dimensions. What makes this smart is that this one icon can create many types of dimensions: linear, radial, diameter, and angle. To use it, I'll click the horizontal line. Click to place the dimension text. Set the value to 11 mm. And press Enter or click OK. We can repeat the process for the vertical dimension at 18 mm. And the arc radius at 9 mm. Now the sketch is fully defined.